What is up, friends? We are doing another rod review here for you. We're out on the lake today, taking a little break, and the rod we're going to talk about today is a super bougie JDM rod from Raid, Japan. This is going to be the Gladiator Maximum, the MaXX. And right off the bat, I got to tell you guys, I really like this rod. It is super nerd out cool. For all of my testing for this rod, I've only had this rod about 2 months. I've had it paired with my Met 70 DC. I have it spooled with, I believe this is 18-pound Mastiff at the moment. This particular rod is going to be what they call a heavy power solid tip 7-foot. It is 1/8 of an ounce to 1/2 an ounce with a 12 to 16 pound line rating. Sounds super weird, right, guys? A heavy rod that is rated to 1/8 ounce, but in Japan they talk about this rod as being a power BFS rod, which is super weird, but whenever I get into the details about this rod, you guys will kind of understand. So this is the brother to the other Gladiator MaXX rod that I did, the Baltoro Heat 2, which is a moving bait rod. This is a bottom contact rod. Ignore the fact that I have a jig hook swim bait on it right now, because you know I'm a freak like that. This is a strange rod, but strange in a very cool way. When we look at this rod, let me get it out here. The tip of this rod is super soft. It will legitimately cast 1/8 ounce baits. If you were throwing like an 1/8 ounce shaky head or like power shotting, this rod would be super awesome for that. The tip on this rod is solid carbon, so it is, oh no, you guys, I just realized I have a broken guide here from fishing today. That is a wicked bummer. I'm gonna have to get this rod fixed. Anyway, to proceed on with the review of a now broken rod that is hella expensive, and we'll get to that in a little while. This tip is wicked soft here, and it gets down into the beef. And once it gets down into the beefy section of the rod right here, this thing has a ton of backbone, like you would expect from a, you know, heavy rod of any manufacturer. So this is kind of a really weird hybrid of a rod. The tip is soft and delicate, so you can do finesse bottom contact stuff. I've thrown shaky heads, weightless Senkos, all of that kind of stuff. The cool thing about these rods with this solid tip from Raid is the way they build them. The solid tip extends way down into the blank, and if I'm not mistaken, it stops about right here, so it's nowhere near as delicate as a lot of the rods out there on the market with solid tips. Maybe the guides are delicate since I broke one, but oh well, onwards and upwards. You know, sometimes you break stuff. This is a really cool rod, you guys. If you like doing bottom contact stuff that is kind of on the finessier side and like to lean into them and get the beef, this would be a wicked awesome rod for that. The rod is overall beautiful. The branding hits on it are absolutely rad. We can see the Gladiator Maximum there. Flip it over so you can see the ratings. The lockdown nut here has a really nice piece of foam and this metal accent. The cork on the handle is beautiful. We got more gold accents, and then we have foam down here on the split grip. And then if I flip this around, get it right here close, you guys can see got the Gladiator Maximum with the really cool Spartan helmet on it. And then we have the MaXX on this side of the reel seat there. This is a super cool rod. This is a very enthusiast rod. This is not a rod for everybody, but it's a great rod for me. I hear some people talking in the background here. Hopefully you guys can't hear them. if you want to dive down the rabbit hole of having a super awesome bottom contact rod that is incredibly sensitive, I can't stress enough how sensitive that solid tip is, then absolutely give this rod a shout. I should say, sorry, give this rod a check out. Here's the downside to this rod, you guys. This rod is $800 if you order it stateside. If you want the bougiest, nerdiest, baddest rod you can get, this is very much up there on that scale. I will tell you up front, for all of the awesome about this rod, it is going to be heavier than an NRX or a P5. When you pick it up like this next to a P5 with no reel on it, obviously, or a NRX, it does feel a little bit heavier and heavier then. But once you put a reel on it and you're fishing it, when you're right here, this rod is incredibly balanced. The way that the metal touches the blank right here for your finger to transmit that sensitivity from that carbon tip is awesome. It is a expensive rod, but if you're going to invest the coin in this rod, I don't think you're going to be disappointed. Whenever I first got this rod in, I was kind of disappointed with the weight, because it is noticeable. This rod is about 4 ounces, so is the Baltoro Heat 2, whereas your NRXs are going to be, sub 4 ounces, so maybe as much as a ½ ounce lighter, but I promise you guys, you're not going to feel it in hand. The rod feels alive in hand when you're out fishing it, when you're dragging bottom. That tip is doing the work for you, and it's just a killer bottom contact rod. So if you want to buy one of these, I know the Hookup Tackle carries them, Tackle Bros carries them. Those guys are great. However, if there's a downside here, okay? So if you buy it from those guys, you can get warranty service. If you order it from Japan, you will come out quite a bit cheaper. I mean, considerably cheaper. However, you will not have warranty service on it. You're going to be just like me, since I now have a broken guide on this rod. I'm going to have to get it fixed locally. So you guys get out there, go catch a fish. If you want the bougiest rods ever, check out this Gladiator Maximum line.